Hey guys, I just got back from the pawn shop and I picked up my first Marlin firearm. This is a 1895 chambered in 4570, the Hand of God. Badass little cartridge, well, huge cartridge. And it's one of those guns that I've wanted to have for a long time, but it got me thinking, are lever guns totally outdated now? I mean, yes and no. Objectively, a lever action rifle is inferior in basically every regards to a bolt action rifle. If I'm trying to compare apples to apples here, I'm not going to say compared to a gas gun, compared to a recoil operated gun. The advantages of an automatic system are well known and they're well documented. And if you're in a firefight for your life, unless this thing launches, fragmentation rounds with a 30 meter kill radius, it's going to be an inferior choice to basically any combat arm out there, semi-automatic, automatic, or otherwise, right? That being said, thankfully, we as gun owners don't have to worry about, is it a pragmatic choice for every single thing we buy. Personally, I love lever action rifles. They are a hell of a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of Henry's series of rifles with their golden boys, a whole lot of fun to shoot. It's a little gaudy for my taste. I really like the Frontier they have as well, and the big boy chambered in 357 Magnum. And I think right there, those kind of guns, the ones that are chambered in common revolver cartridges, are where these guns really shine. It's the whole pistol caliber carbine with a pistol that utilizes the same ammunition and magazines, though in this case the magazine tube is not detachable, obviously. Even still, that whole commonality of ammunition, of components, is brilliant. And if you were going to have a gun that you wanted to take into bear country, like a 44 Magnum, there aren't a lot of bolt action 44 Magnum rifles out there. And for the most part, by having a lever action, you're able to keep this thing fed fairly quickly compared to a bolt action rifle, assuming, of course, it has a loading gate like this Marlin. Basically, what I'm getting at is it's outdated in the sense that for a weapon of war, a lever action rifle would not be a great choice. You can't shoot it from the prone, and it can't take Spitzer type bullets. So anything with a tip on it is a no-go. Yes, I know Hornady makes their Lever Revolution, I think it's pronounced, flex tip rounds that go in there safely and whatnot. But for the most part, these rifles are designed with pistol-shaped bullets, so to speak, or full metal jacket, ball ammunition, more or less. Those with truncated cones, non-pointed bullets. But the thing is, even though this is an inferior weapon to an AR-15, if I were going into bear country, or hell, if I was going in the backwoods to hunt deer, I wouldn't feel undergunned at all with this setup. I mean, I've only got a little SIG Romeo 3 on here, because for the most part, the very severe ballistic arc of the 4570, especially if you're going with government loads, is so severe that having magnification means having like a 7-foot holdover, whereas I can take this little, I think it's a 2 MOA dot, and just kind of get on target, bam, no problem. And don't worry, I'm doing a full write-up on this gun relatively soon. The more I shoot it, the more I love it. I just wish the rounds weren't like $1.75 a pop. So I don't do a whole lot of reloading right now, but I think I'm gonna start doing some here pretty soon, because this is not 9mm, and I can't just be like, brass, I don't need that crap, throw it in the garbage can, because each brass casing is like 35 cents right now, like on a good day. So overall, I guess, yeah, it is outdated, you know? A lot of historic firearms are outdated, but they're also some of the most enjoyable to shoot. I mean, my favorite rifle of all time to shoot recreationally is the M1 Garand. It's a clip-fed, automatic ejecting, semi-automatic rifle chambered in an archaic 30-06. Well, that round's too long to be in a semi-automatic. The action has to be way too lengthy or whatnot, but it's still a hell of a lot of fun. And it's one of those guns, just like the Marlin here, that just feels like you would imagine a serious rifle would feel. It's got heft to it, but it's not overly heavy, and it's got enough oomph to it when you pull the trigger to let you know that whatever's on the business end, it's not going to be there for much longer. So I guess in a completely subjective, totally emotional sense, this is a phenomenal firearm. in terms of evoking the feelings of handling a classic American weapon. Thanks, guys. Stay tuned for more in-depth reviews in the future. It's just a little talking point, but I may have just given myself the bug pretty bad with this Marlin. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.